Hey, welcome to the finale for the Kickstarter. We got about 28 minutes to go. Hey,
Yes.
Scott.
Hey, how are you?
Wonderful. Now, Kevin's not going to be joining us tonight. He had a family obligation. He did not ask us to do this. I decided just to do it anyways because we try to do this for all our Kickstarters as much as possible and
That's right.
celebrating the success of it. And this is another fully funded Bardstone production. So this is awesome.
Yeah, this will be our 13th successfully funded Kickstarter. And since the book is already done, it will be our 13th on time delivered Kickstarter as well.
Yeah, it's going to look great. The limited edition hardcover is going to be awesome. The soft covers, everything's done. It's just going to be a matter of as soon as this all finishes up, Kevin will get everything ordered. And I think he's looking at a May delivery date, if not sooner.
Yeah, I think he was expecting to be early, but
Yep.
he put a little cushion in there just in case unforeseen shipping delays happen. You never know in nowadays terms.
Yeah. So I did put a link to the Kickstarter there in the comments on the pages, but you can always go to bardstone.com and check that out there. So we have that available as well. Let's see if I can get the banner going for that. Here we go. There we go. Bardstone. Find the link to our Kickstarter. That's where we put all the links to our Kickstarter there. So of course,
we're also on Facebook, Bardstone Publishing on Facebook.
Exactly. And then the thing is with our Kickstarters is they're under like either Scott when it's for his books, they're under his name, Kevin's under his. We don't have a Bardstone corporate or business Kickstarter at this time. Maybe something we'll have to do down the road there, but we've had such success with these. It's hard to get rid of those lists and that, but you can always follow the creators too for when new Kickstarters get launched. I do that for quite a bit. So,
Yeah, I'm really excited to see the finished product art. When we first started doing Kickstarters, it's been many years. Kickstarter has become a very polished and refined process over the years. But so it has also become much more refined for us. We've become much more experienced as publishers and how to format books and put them together. And so Kevin came out with the first edition of this a long time ago, and he was thinking about doing a reprint of it. But as you gain experience, a lot of times when we look back on our past work, we're like, "Ooh, I don't know about that." So he decided, you know what, I'm going to make it bigger, better, and way more cool. So he's kicked it up a notch, and this is the new product, which looks phenomenal.
Yeah, he asked me to kind of look it over. I did a little just not so much editing, but just tidying up of what he had written before. And then I added a couple of things with his approval, just little tidbits of stuff, because we're trying to give facts and little history on the creators as well. So this isn't just a art book. Okay.
Yeah.
My camera wants to wobble. So it's Jacob, when we launched this Bear, he had questioned, is this just an art book? It's not just an art book. There's a lot of art in this. But it's got basically a biography on all these creators, and I would encourage people to get the book, get it, enjoy the art, enjoy that, and then of course you can always research more to some of these people's lives. There's other biographies on a lot of these creators out there that are more extensive.
Also, if you're a fan of the creatures and those stories, knowing the background of the people who wrote them will give you deeper insight into what they intended in them. Like over the years, through my connection with Kevin and his Poe Macabre Master series, I've learned so much about Edgar Allan Poe himself that it's given me a deeper appreciation of his writings. And this is what this will do for you as well. You got a number of great authors and creators in here. You got Mary Shelley, which has been a big influence on our Crimson Shadow series, and her stories actually really amazing when you start digging into it. You got H.P. Lovecraft, Victor Hugo, Charles Dickens, Frank L. Baum, Bram Stoker. Who else here?
Oscar Wilde, H.G. Wells, who helped really invent science fiction. Which I would say Mary Shelley was a hand in that as well, but she's more on the horror side. But then, like I said, we mentioned Bram Stoker. Bram Stoker and Mary Shelley favor heavy in the Crimson Shadows universe that Scott's been writing. So it's a lot of great stuff there, as well as even future stuff, maybe even like Victor Hugo. And a lot of people don't know his works, but they know his creatures more than him.
Robert Louis Stevenson, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, also part of the Crimson Universe.
Yep.
So a lot of cool stuff, and great content. But Kevin has also added great artwork to this book as well through reaching out to various artists, and really love the Cthulhu that was done for the cover by
Yeah, we go to that.
Dave Wachter.
Yeah, well,
I'm
Walker
always
also
worried
did,
I'm messing up his
yeah,
name.
yeah, he also did, and it's I believe it's still better. It's original pen and ink wash,
Yep.
$160 of his version of the Frankenstein monster,
I love
and
his version of
but the
Frankenstein.
Cthulhu is the cover art. This is just spectacular. It's $250, and that would actually
Yeah.
put us over one of our stretch goals. If
If
someone wants to
if
do
you
that,
were to commission Dave to do an original piece like this at a show, easily double that price.
yeah. Well, that's if he'd even do it at a show. I mean, the thing is, that if he could spend the time doing that, but yeah, just a commission like this, regardless, I think would be at least 500 from him, if not
Yeah.
more. He's got a lot of work coming out between. He's in like some Ninja Turtle work. He's got some like Marvel, DC stuff going on. So he's got a lot going on where he's getting more and more known. And Kevin happened to get to know him several years ago, and became friends with him, and hit him up for this a while back. And so definitely, this is a very unique piece, and of course, it's a one of one. So you would own the original, you'd own the cover. Now, Kevin, of course, is hoping if you don't buy it, it'd be fine. It'll go on his wall just fine, but he'd love to sell it to somebody that would love it. So,
Yeah, for sure. Gorgeous piece.
yep.
Absolutely. I'm highly, if I wasn't so tight on money right now, I am so tempted for that one.
I was tempted myself. I thought about it. I seriously did. It was one of those pieces. I was like, man, I love the way it looks. It's just a gorgeous piece of artwork that would look great, properly matted and framed and hanging on the wall.
Mhm.
And that's what I would do with it. That'd be something I would want to have professionally matted. And not to cover up the white borders. I didn't want that show because it's got the signature and the stamp there. But it's just a gorgeous piece. So I would highly encourage somebody, if they're into art, snatch it up. You got about 21 minutes.
And then we also have amazing add-ons. We got some
Yeah.
prints, we got enamel pins, you got some of our different books, sketch covers,
Yeah.
some slab comics. Let's not forget those. Those are graded and protected in slabs. Those for the high-end collectors. These are great collector pieces.
And those are a great price, $75 each. I think is and 75, 85. I think it's very low on that. I think it should have been higher, but Kevin likes to offer a good pricing during the Kickstarters.
Yeah, and there are also a couple of them are certified signatures on them as well, which helps with the value.
Yeah, this one's like bottom right here. That one is signed by myself and Kevin. The other one with Poe is signed just by Kevin. So you have a couple of that, and we've had some before where all of us have signed them. So it's definitely some different things out there. Of course, this is what we're hoping to hit today. We got a little bit of time left, and it's $17.50. Everybody gets a free print of the Frankenstein monster that by Kevin. And if we hit 50 backers, about 14, it's all the books will include a signed bookplate with at least 3 signatures. So
yeah,
it's a great deal.
Yeah, that image there Kevin has is our version of Frankenstein in our Crimson Shadows series. We adapted the Mary Shelley novel. The novel itself is fully intact, but we added our own artwork along with epilogue and prologue. So that is our Frankenstein in the Mary Shelley novel. Because he's described as having a lot of black hair, long black hair. So, and then in our comic series, he's bald because it's like 100 years later. So he's lost his hair.
Yes, he's shaved his head probably, and
yeah, or taken too much testosterone. I don't know which. He's on steroids,
right? So a lot of cool pledges. You can get just the paperback copy, or there's still some hardcovers available. And the hardcover is limited to 50 total, and that's going to be it. There's a retail pack available too. We have one left of those. And that gets you multiple copies. There's digital versions available as well if you didn't want to have a physical reward. You can always do those add-ons if you just want to pledge like $1 or do add-ons. So things like that. So a lot of cool stuff. So what do we got? About 19 minutes here. So and 36 backers, $1,533. Like I said, that is over $333 over the goal. But we're trying to see if we can get that up here in the last 18 minutes to go.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
It'd be really cool to unlock one of the stretch goals there or
Yep.
more.
Yeah. Now, I've had a lot of people ask me about, when I'm going to do my own Kickstarters for my own creator books. Eventually, I will. Once I get down to that point, I'm working on a lot of this stuff for these guys. But everything I promote is stuff that I've had a hand in somewhere, and that's the same thing with Scott with this one. This is Kevin's book, but we both have artwork all through this thing,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
we're both very proud of it.
That's one thing with Bardstone that I know I've fully enjoyed, and Brad and Kevin both have made comments about it too. Is Bardstone is our platform to collaborate and help each other, and it's been a really fun ride. We've been I've got the Crimson Shadow series. I've done Wretched Realms, Emmanuel. Brett's got a ton of series as well. Boomtown Scabs. You got Carl.
Yeah, Mitch is a Carl,
Expendables.
Expendables.
Yeah.
Done some other work over the years that
Yep.
I don't have control over anymore, but came out under different
Yeah.
names. But
And then Kevin's got his series with Poe Macabre Master, Creatures and Creators. He's got some other items, and combined, we easily have 8 different series or something like that.
Right.
And so that goes back to what I was saying is combined, we probably have a combined 30 years of experience now combined of putting together books and self-publishing, and all that experience is culminating here into a high quality product. So it's not printed on crap paper with a crappy spine. We've learned through trial and error over the years of what printing companies to use and what bindings to use and how to put this all together for a great product for you. When you put our stuff side by side with anything from the big companies, it holds up.
Yeah, and we've done all done some nice work within it. The Poe, I know Scott's done a couple covers. Doing work for that. I did a story in issue 2. We're getting ready to start eventually a volume 2 of Poe because there's a lot more Poe to do. And we got, but the Crimson Shadows, all 3 of us work on that extensively, so we definitely get all of that. And it's just been a great collaborative work on that. But that's it's why we started Bardstone. It was stuff we talked about prior to the pandemic shutdown, and then when that hit, well, no Comic Cons, we got to do something. So guess what? Y'all get books.
You all get books. Yeah, so it's been great. It's been a great process. We truly do. I mean, we have our day jobs we do, but we really do put in full-time hours into producing these books and making sure they're great for you.
Exactly. So, and then you've been working on the get ready to send out you've sent out a lot of the packages for the Crimson Shadows issue 4.
Everything's sent out. Yep, that is fully sent out ahead of schedule. My original timeline was April, I believe.
Yep.
And I had them all shipped a week and a half ago. So, yep, the final delivery is to Brett and Kevin.
Which we figured we'll pick
We're
up
gonna meet in person.
Schedules, yeah. So otherwise, he should have shipped it out right to my house. So
yeah,
but look forward to seeing that in person because that looked great.
So my next show is Vegas. I'll be at the Vegas Comic-Con. I'm going to be I'm hoping tomorrow, I'm going to put together some event pages for myself for my appearance in Vegas, also Motor City Comic-Con. I've sent out an application for New York Comic-Con as well.
Oh,
so
okay.
if I get into that, I'll let you guys know. But anyways, the point of the event pages will be if you want to pre-order books, if you want to order any commissions, you can place the orders through there, and you can just pick them up. So you can pay for them now. That way, at the show, you can have whatever spending money you have for everybody else, and I'll already have my payment.
Excellent.
So so I'm going to set that up. Like I said, I'm hoping tomorrow. Today got sidetracked pleasantly. I got a listing, so was out doing measurements and getting the contract signed. So that house goes live next week, but that's a pleasant surprise when those happen. It's a $570,000 house, so definitely worth the time to go get that taken care of.
Very cool. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, but I'm definitely looking forward to Vegas. So if any of you are out in the Vegas area, make sure to come out to the Vegas Comic-Con. What shows you got coming up?
My next show will be the Indiana Comic Convention in Indianapolis. That'll be the first weekend in May.
Okay, so
And
you
then
guys will have the new books for that too.
yep, and then you and I will be appearing at separate tables, but at Motor City Comic Con. And then after that, for me, is San Diego.
Yeah.
So,
So we
which
got some big shows.
I just booked our flights for that last week too. They finally came down a little bit,
We're
and I
like
got to tell you,
$1 million.
we've talked a little bit on our podcast on musings about different things like because we talk about stuff, but you got to learn how to control your money a little bit. And the reason I say this is a lot of people tell me they don't like to use credit cards; they'd rather use cash. They don't want people tracking. They're already tracking. That's a craziest thing to say. I've been using my American Express Delta card exclusively as my main source of paying for stuff the last few years. I pay it off every other day. I mean, I'm literally, instead of using a debit card, I use that, just continue to pay it off. I got myself up to a higher level within Delta just by doing that, and in my normal trips that I do throughout the year. So I'm a gold level. 3 days after booking and 4 months before we fly, they've already upgraded our seats to better seats. We've gotten to the Delta Comfort Plus. That was an extra like $250 per seat bump.
Wow, that's awesome.
So
yeah, the key is you gotta, like mine also, I play the points game, and I probably pay almost all of my cards. Some of them I barely ever use. So those ones I only do once a month. But for the cards I have in my normal rotation for all of my regular expenses, every week I go in and I pay off the balance every week because I don't want any interest earned or anything. But the amount of money I earn back, like on my Costco one, I just got $380 cash back from using that. And then my MGM card, I get I got an amazing deal for when I go out to Vegas. I got super cheap rooms through that. So there's a lot of cool stuff there. So we got Kevin in the house.
Oh, he made it.
Kevin made it.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, we both clicked it. Howdy.
Yeah, Kevin's at it's his son's track meet today. So
there you go.
He was busy, so he wouldn't be online, but I didn't say that to him. I figured we'll just do it anyways because that's what we do. So
that's right.
And we know Kevin is super excited about all the support got from the people backing it, as well as I know what Scott and I do, but definitely just super excited about this book to come out. So very cool.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. The artwork's great throughout, and yeah. So as far as Bardstone goes, upcoming projects we got in the works. Do you know what's next on Kevin's roster, or is this a gap for him after this one?
I think we're looking at a gap. I think the next thing is going to be the trade for Crimson Shadows.
Okay, so for Crimson Shadows, I have 4 issues out now. I am working on a trade which combines all 4 issues, and there are 28 bonus pages added to it. So that's a whole nother issue's worth of content that you will get in this book. So it's going to be amazing. I am so excited. I'm trying to hold back. I haven't shared anything with Brett or Kevin. I want it to be a total surprise. And then, so once I get the layouts and pencils done, I'm going to share those with you two so you guys can see what I've been working on. But I'm very excited for it. So I've got the trade, but I'm also going to put together a second book. Well, actually, I'll talk to Kevin and Brett. This is a work in progress. I think I'm going to do a second book, I should say, unless I value their opinion. And if they think it should be just one giant book, I'll do that. But I was thinking of making a separate book that is an art book featuring all the past covers, because we got a great collection of covers, but also concept sketches, a timeline of an explanation of like how much real stuff is, like kind of a guide of what all the real historical figures and facts and places are in the book, so readers will know what parts are true versus fiction. So I want to put something together like that, and I was thinking about doing that as a second book that people can buy at a to go with it. So we'll see where I go with it, but right now the book itself of pure story content is going to be 162 pages.
Nice.
So, and full color, and I'm so excited for it.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I think we've had some people that were interested in reading everything all at once. so they like to wait till trades come out. But we've sold a
Yeah.
lot of issues, and people have been really excited about this 4th issue. I think the trade for those that didn't, that even have the issues, would like to get the trades so they can put their issues away, have a trade to read. Plus, it's got bonus content that's
Yeah.
in story that's not in the individual issues. So.
Yeah. And then this is where you guys also support us is the better we do on any of these one Kickstarters, it fuels the next one. So for instance, Crimson Shadows for me is my baby. I am working hard on that. But I also have full storylines written for I got a 3-issue arc, story arc for Wretched Realms. So issues 2 through 4, I'm ready to start working on, but I can only do so much. So the better we do at these, I can then hire additional artists so we can put out more content. So when you help support even like a project like this, that's more money we have to roll over and do something bigger and better. So I have a series of that focuses on it's not about it, but it's the backdrop of the story is Tesla's death ray and the whole incident in Russia. There's an awesome story I'm working on right now that if we can get there, I want to put that out too. And there's some other great stuff that I know Brett has an amazing storyline he's talked about that we're hoping to put out. So we have the content. We have so much we can do, and they really are good stories. But we we can only physically do so much ourselves.
Yep. Yep. And
So,
that's the thing with
we
these Kickstarters. A lot of people think, they look at these Kickstarters. There's some people that make a lot of money on the Kickstarters, but not all it's their money they're going to live on. I know there's a few bigger ones that have created a nice business behind them. But for guys like us, this just helps with the print costs. We end up, you got to pay taxes on it and everything else. So we end up having to basically still go out of pocket to fulfill the initial rewards, as well as make sure we got product for our appearances.
Yeah, our real sweet spot is we're trying hard to get into that $5,000 to $10,000 range of fundraising, because that's where we'll raise enough money to fully fund this project, plus roll over to fund the next project and hire that talent that will, because then if I can bring on talent for like for instance that Wretched Realm series, I can have them working on those while I'm still working on Crimson Shadows. And now we're putting out twice as much content in the same amount of time. So that's what we're hoping for.
Exactly. That's kind of been the goal. So we're still working towards that. We'll hopefully get there eventually, but still love doing the work.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I definitely, well, even like, you look at like Image Comics, someone like Todd McFarlane, he's like a demigod in the art world. And he still is hands-on on some of the artwork. I mean, obviously he's not doing panels and stuff, but he still does covers. He still does things, he's still involved. Because when you're a creator at heart, that's what you do. You gotta pour your energy out somewhere.
Yeah.
Whereas some people out there, they get paid to do an amazing job, but once they're not getting paid, they're not creating any. For 30 years later, you see them at a show and it's still the same stuff from 1982 because they're a paid pencil, basically. They're not a creator. We are creators at heart. We have stories we want to pour out to you, and we want to do good ones, and we want quality, which is what Kevin poured into this Creatures and Creators.
Exactly. Yeah.
4 minutes.
Oh, we're getting there.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
What can we do? Here, I am going to, well, I'll do a quick post onto Facebook itself. Final minutes. Maybe someone will quickly click it. All right. Let's see if somebody on Facebook comes through. Post is out there.
Yeah.
Out into the interwebs. Now we're waiting for the big finale of the confetti fireworks, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, it's like a little burst. It looks like fireworks going off, but it's supposed to be like confetti going off.
Are you a collaborator on this? Did you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we should see the little confetti.
Yeah, I hid the menu. So
okay, perfect.
So yeah, so we should
3
see all that.
minutes.
I think everybody sees it regardless, because even when I've not been a collaborator, I've seen it when you're watching
Oh,
it
is
end.
it?
So yeah,
Oh, sweet.
it's just an ending thing. It's just like, yay!
It's such a little thing, but it's like it's the highlight. I
Yes.
wish like right at the 2-minute mark, the final countdown song starts, and then you see the confetti, and then it should segue into Queen's "We Are the Champions."
Yeah.
And
We should-
if you don't fund, it should be Willy Wonka saying, "You lose,
Yeah.
you get nothing."
Oh, we've got our own music on here we can actually use. Let's see what we got here. So,
Oh, there we go. There we go. The build up.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Somebody, let's get in there. We need another backer. In all seriousness, though, that original artwork, it's a steal.
Yeah.
The 160, the 250, it really is a steal. Dave Wachter is an established name. You won't get an opportunity like that. I'm telling you, Kevin is sweating bullets that you might buy it, and he's gonna hang it on his wall. So
Yeah.
So deny him that glory and take it for yourself. $250 for eternal glory hanging on your wall. But it's true. It is amazing art. And I think that's one of the things that are underappreciated in today's time is I don't think people appreciate original art as much. But if you don't collect original art, there's something about when you see it, you can see the scribble lines and you know the creator of that art was touching that paper, you know?
Yep.
And it's a one of a kind. You know, sure, people can reproduce it, but those are just pixels.
Yeah, that's the whole thing with digital art. People are like, oh, I just like a digital picture of it, stuff like that. But only some original. I've got a couple pieces that I love having. I've got some original stuff that it's never made as a print. It's just something I commissioned, and I love it. You don't want to get rid of that stuff. And you know, this is a cover, and I've got even some original art from my books that other people worked on. I've got those in books, things like that. Eventually, I'll have to frame them and get them up on the wall. But just love having that original artwork. It's so much better than the finished product in a lot of ways.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we're on to the last minute coming up here.
Oh, we got a comment here. We weren't at the Elkhart Hall of Heroes. I'll tell you what, if you know somebody there with some pull, we would love to be there as guests.
You know what? We were there. Kevin and I were there last year, and it just didn't work scheduling wise this year.
Yeah,
but it's a fun show. I liked it.
But send me an invite for a free table, hotel room. I will be there, as long as it fits the schedule. 40 seconds.
Yeah, Elkhart was good, and then
and we'll do panels too. I'll gladly do panels about comic book creation, publishing, crowdfunding, all those fun things. I like sharing my knowledge. 25. Here we go.
Let's go full
Will
screen.
There be a last second $250 donation? Let's break that stretch goal. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There it is.
All right. Hey,
Kevin, thank you, everyone, for another successful campaign. Yeah, this was our 13th successful campaign. And like I said, Kevin's done with the book, so he'll be now he can place the orders. Be sure to look for your surveys. He'll send out surveys. It is so important to fill those out on time. Most of you guys are amazing. You really do fill them out right away. Yeah. I think people are more used to Kickstarter now. In the old days, I remember having to hunt everybody down for their information.
And make sure that your address is correct, things like that. So,
yeah, for sure. Thank you, Court Jester. Saying congrats. And it's a love-hate thing. It's a lot of work to do these Kickstarters, and now we move on to the next phase of printing, having them shipped, packing the rewards, shipping out. Also, we could start over again.
Oh yeah, that's all the way it goes.
But it's great.
But yeah, like I said, book's done. So now Kevin will be getting everything together to get it all ordered so he can get them in stock and get them shipped out to you guys. So definitely watch out for that over the next couple weeks for the survey, because that's the most important thing right now. So
Yeah, for sure.
cool. Hey, join us on Wednesday. We'll be talking some odd musings. We'll recap the Kickstarter a little bit and go from there. Appreciate everybody joining us here for this last half hour of the Kickstarter. And we will see you guys again soon.
Take care, folks.
See ya. Bye.